Hello, Stencil School. It is Tiffany Goff Smith, the Southern Gal from Southern Gals Designs, and today we're going to have a little fun in using some fabric with our stencils. Now, the product I just showed you is called Decolorant, and it's from Jacquard. We will have it linked. It is formerly known as discharge paste. And what this product is going to do is allow us to use our stencils on fabric and do color removal. So what I have is I'm going to grab a few different colors. This is 100% cotton. 100% cotton that you can get at roughly, any store, but it is important that it is 100% cotton. I've got a few darker tones because when we put this decolorant in there, it is going to lighten it to close to white. So just depending, I have seen some, if you do it on black, it will come into like a reddish tone, so you'll have to play with that. So what is the benefit of using this product over, say, Clorox bleach? Well, Clorox bleach, excuse me, if you use it on fabric, can oftentimes and will, depending upon the length of time, it is going to impact the integrity of the fibers. So by using this product, you are actually not doing that. So we are going to, and the very cool thing, unlike bleach, is that this is a gel type experience. And what that really does is allows us to work with our fun and fabulous StencilGirl products. So I'm going to lay this. This is, we will have it linked as well. This is one of my designs that I did for StencilClub. And I am going to apply this with, you can see here like the consistency is very gel-like, which plays very well with us using it with our stencils. Now, what I am doing is using and applying this with a paintbrush. You could also use a sponge to do that as well, but it is totally okay and it worked out just fine to use it with a paintbrush. The other thing I will note here with using this product is a good, nice, thick layer is going to give you more bleached out areas. So the concentration of this product through the stencil, if you want it to be just a few shades lighter, you can do it as a thin coat. If you want it to be very contrasted like, you can use it and go a little bit thicker here as well. So you really have options when it comes to that. A lot of times quilters use this product because the integrity of the fibers is obviously super important, especially if you're thinking about a quilt that's going to keep you warm. But it also is a great way for us to utilize our stencil stash and make this like a one-of-a-kind fabric. Of course, after you get it done, you can use it any way that you want in any of your other projects. It's really fun. I've used them in added pockets to my journals, all kinds of fun things that you can do with this. Now you'll see I'm just going to pull this up and you can tell the wet areas versus the darker areas there. And we have got to let this dry. So wherever in the world that you are, if it is a super humid climate, because I live down close to the coast, it is quite humid in my neck of the woods. So it may take a little bit longer for you to be able to have it dry. I turned on a little fan and came back to it a little bit later. Now the other thing I'm going to go ahead and forewarn y'all, this stuff stinks. Okay, so if you have fragrance issues, and when I say stinks, to me, it smells like rotten eggs. How terrible is that? But the product is so freaking good. You can suffer through it a little bit. So I say that to say, be mindful of where you are doing this. I highly recommend a ventilated area if you could do that. It's going to tone down the the smell issue. And also, anytime that you're using any type of chemical like that, I always err on the side of opening a window if you have one close to the space that you're using it. And for this one, I'm using my Vintage Girls stencil. Now, I'll also say the Vintage Girls stencil, it has a little bit smaller area. So I was just very mindful of making sure that I kind of squished that in. Very technical. This is a very technical stencil school video for me. Just joking. So you do want to make sure if you're using a stencil where it has like smaller space, that you are really just applying it really good. And then I'm also going to go back in here with my fun little, this is also one of my StencilClub stencils. And I'm going in and just doing some of the plus signs there, crosses, however you want to call them. And I'm just going through and just kind of adding a little bit. And then, of course, just like anything else, you could tear this fabric up and just do parts and pieces. You could use the whole shebang. The sky is really the limit. I actually want to try this on like some denim jeans. Hello, let's go ahead and do some denim stencil jeans. If they're 100% cotton, they should work well with this tutorial. And then my last one that I'm going to do for my demo here is going to be another one of my StencilClub stencils here. Just going through, making sure that I have got it nice and thick, and using part of it, and then I'm going to shift it down so we have the entire thing. So I want to just make sure to recall that you want to make sure that this is good and dry. Okay, good and dry is super important in this, because you'll see in just a few moments. The other thing to note is on this one, I did have some spray inks that were on my stencil. Excuse me. Which ended up being pretty cool, because it made the color not white, but more of like, because it was orange, so it made it like a little colored. A decolorant that was colored. So, sometimes stuff happens and you're like, oh, that turned out pretty cool. And that was one of these moments as well. So I'm going to let that sit. I let this sit for probably a few hours and just came back to it. And we will have these products linked for us. Now, what I have done here is I have put a heat protector, I don't even know what this is called. It's something that you can move around that you can iron on. And it's like a heat cushion. I will try to find the words. The words have escaped me. Now, I also have my craft iron, not the iron that I use to iron clothes. Let's be real. I don't typically iron my clothes because I go for the wrinkle-free experience. But I've got it on a hot setting. I think it's probably on max. And now I am pressing the iron directly down onto that super dried fabric that has the decolorant, and bada bang, baby, look at this. Oh my gosh, isn't this super exciting? And you can tell that I'm not like pushing it around like you would in a normal iron situation. I am actually just holding it on there, letting the decolorant decolor, and then I am picking it up and moving it over. And I just love this. It just is super exciting to me. So, of course, the sky's the limit. You could go back and add some amazing stitches to this. So many ways that us as creatives could use this. And now, once I have pretty much all of the decolorant done, I do start going back and forth just a little bit. But I just want you to see how flipping cool it is. And it went all the way through, remove the color, did not impact the integrity of the fibers, and it's a win-win-win when it comes to this product. Oh my gosh, look at the contrast of this one. That dark blue, royal blue color of the cotton, and then the really nice thick quality that I put on made this awesome. Oh, isn't that going to be a cute like pocket? It could be also maybe like a cover for your journal. You name it. You know how we do. We just enjoy the process, and this is a super fun way. You can see on the edges how the color is just a little bit lighter. That's because the decolorant was thicker in the middle. Ooh, yeah, that's lovely. Super excited. So now a last one, and that's going to be the one that had that spray ink that was involved as well. And you'll notice that the tone and the color value is a little bit different because of that. So I hope that this has given you a new and interesting way to utilize your stencils and your fabrics. So thank you so much for Mary Beth and the StencilGirl Products team for allowing me to come in and share a fun and interesting way. Maybe you've never heard of decoloring. I look forward to seeing all of you utilizing this product and coming up with some pretty cool projects. Until next time, y'all, toodaloo!